Hey guys, and welcome to the Techie Talon Show. My name is Techie.
And my name is Talon.
How are we going out
Good
there
job,
tonight,
man.
guys? Sorry. How are we going out there tonight, guys? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just had dinner. Pretty chill. I got a full on day tomorrow, so glad we're doing it now because I'm going to bed in a couple hours and I'm gonna sleep until I have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, that's fair.
Fun.
That is really fair. All
But
right.
we got a pretty interesting one. It's gonna be a short one tonight, which is a bit odd for us because we've had some pretty big shows, but I think this is gonna be the shortest show we've ever done because there wasn't a lot this week.
No, there wasn't a lot of this week at all. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, obviously, is take this with a grain of salt as well. There was a supposed leak this week, coming out from Marvel. Um,
Now, this is a leak. Now, again, with these leaks, take them with a grain of salt, but this is a pretty shocking one because I think I was the one that told you about this. Well,
No,
you're the one
dude.
that told me about
You
this.
were asleep.
You were the
I
one.
told you about this because this
I woke
dropped.
up
You woke up to my message.
and I was like, what?
Yeah, so I
Holy
sent you a
crap.
message like, so this dropped. And what we're talking about here, obviously, is the Moon Knight Moon Knight costume leak. Looks like a
Now,
from
yeah,
set
it
on an actual like taken from behind the scenes
looks like
on
it's taken.
camera.
Yeah, it looks like it's taken from on set. And now, again, we don't know if this is going to be the final costume for the show. I honestly think it it could be, but we still have to wait and see what happens. Now it has been leaked, and I'm kind of shocked because
Marvel
for a
never have
Marvel
leaked.
show, Marvel's never really have big leaks before. This is a big one because it's it's not even a movie; it's one of the TV shows, and the
Yeah,
fact that they've had a leak is kind of going, "Uh oh, that's not good." Now,
no,
as we said before, take this with a grain of salt. It is still early on because they haven't even officially announced Moon Knight's
no, they
release
haven't.
date yet. So
Because
again,
they currently just
Techie,
started filming.
yeah, Techie, if you've got that image share, if you want to pop it up on the screen share, so we can have a quick look at it.
Sure. Let me just grab it.
Yeah, like I said, take it with a grain of salt because again, it might not be true. It could just be a Photoshop. It could be fabricated. We don't know, honestly. But again, does say property of Marvel on the front, which again, I do find it a bit odd that it's there. But at the same time, though, probably there for licensing purposes or for legal purposes. So we have to
Yeah.
wait and see.
Um,
I hope this does prompt Marvel to actually talk about Moon Knight a bit more. But at the moment, I've been a bit concerned with Marvel because Far From Home doesn't come out is comes out very very soon, and yep, here we go. This is reportedly this is our first ever glimpse at Moon Knight, and holy shit, I think they've hit. If this is true, then they've hit the mark, man. The costume looks like it's stripped straight out of the comic. It
oh yeah.
looks crazy. Now, Oliver, now no, Oscar Isaacs is playing is playing Moon Knight himself. If you do not know who Moon Knight is, I highly recommend you go pick up his comic series. He's one of the most interesting Marvel heroes ever because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding. He is legitimately crazy, but he is still one of the most interesting characters, and I love Moon Knight.
Oh,
And
dude, so
I
do I.
really need I really need to dive deep more into his series. But if this is what it looks like, then yeah, count me in. I
Oh,
love
me
the
too.
look. I love how it is white, how it is supposed to be white. It's not like a neutral gray or a black or something like that. It actually looks really cool, and I like it. I like
Yeah,
it a
me
lot.
too.
I love how you can see the moon symbol not only on his chest, but you can also see on his forehead as well,
Yeah.
and it looks like a really cool hood. But yeah, no,
I mean, look, as I
it
said
looks
to you
good.
too,
Mm,
back when it leaked, We were talking we were talking about it. We're going back and forth with each other, and
Yeah.
I said to you, I was like, "Who has the budget for this?"
Marvel does.
Exactly. You know, so
Marvel's got a
this has
huge budget.
It has to be true because
Hmm.
no one else would have the budget for this outfit. Not even a
No.
cosplayer.
It's kind of crazy to think that Marvel shows have been doing really well. Considering going back to like the days of Agents of Shield and that, when everyone complained about Agents of Shield, I'm like, Agents of Shield was good. I enjoyed Agents of Shield.
It took
If
me
you
a
want
while.
to rant, I know it took you a while, and I love it because it's such a different show. It's such a different look on the Marvel universe. And also, it introduced Ghost Rider again, but it didn't do Johnny Blaze. It done friggin' Danny Rand. It did Danny Rand as well.
Yeah.
It did Danny. No, it's not now. I've got to make character Ghost Rider's name. God, I'm terrible. There's so many. It's like 4 Ghost Riders. Leave me alone. It's not Danny Rand. Danny Rand's Iron Fist. But another thing as well that upsets me is when you look back at Marvel and you realize that Inhumans had a television show, which was hilarious because it was god awful. We talked about it before. We talked about how terrible the premiere was. I think I hadn't seen it because I refused to see it. I know you don't want to watch it because you've got better things to do.
I'm more keen for that X-Men series that was on that's now being put on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about the X-Men series being put on Disney Plus. It sounds pretty cool though. I like the sound of it.
Gifted.
But yeah, The Gifted. Yeah, I'm interested to watch that one. I think at the end of the day, I think Marvel's starting to learn from its mistakes in its past, especially in Inhumans, because Inhumans was a disaster. Such a disaster in budget, CGI, the costuming department. Do not get me started on Medusa's costume. Medusa's hair was the worst. And also how they ruined Black Bolt. How do you ruin a character? Oh yeah, give him a dumbass costume and he never uses any of his powers, even though he's one of the most destructive forces in all of Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the Marvel Universe, because he's that powerful.
Yeah, he is.
But in the series, they made him piss weak, and I'm like, you guys suck. And it's just everything about it just felt wrong. I'm glad that they canned it and just didn't give it. I mean, they even took it to IMAX to try to get people to watch it, and everyone was like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
Screw off with Inhumans, because the Inhumans was meant to be in replacement if X-Men, if mutants never happened.
They were supposed to have their own movie before the series started.
Yeah, they were meant to have their own movie, but then they changed it to a television series. I reckon they should have just scrapped it. Don't do a movie, don't do a television series. I mean, when they showed off test screenings, everyone agreed it was bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my take on Inhumans. I don't think I really want to talk about it anymore because it happened years ago. Yeah. It was a disaster. Enough said. Let's all focus on Moon Knight because Moon Knight is so cool. I'm really happy. I'm excited to see Oscar Isaac play him.
Oh, dude, so am I.
I reckon that's perfect casting. Like, he's already in another great movie that's coming out this year, Dune. He's in friggin' Dune this year.
That's right, he is too.
Yes, he is. He is in Dune this year. Now, whether or not if you liked him in Star Wars or not, I liked him in Star Wars. He was great. He's great as Poe Dameron. He was great in Star Wars. He was great in all the series, and I'm keen to see more from him. And I'm keen to see him in Dune, and I'm keen to see him in Moon Knight. All right.
So next,
we've ranted on about a love for Marvel. What do we got next?
Next, we have something that kind of came out of the blue today. Was not expecting it, to be honest. We're getting a Bionicle game. However, it's only on Steam.
Yeah. Which I can somewhat understand why it's on Steam, but at the same time, though,
I mean, look,
I think
it could be launching
to come
on
onto
Steam.
consoles.
It could be launching on Steam, and it might come out to consoles later.
That is true.
Yeah, and it's also an open world game too, and so there's a trailer
Yeah.
out now. You guys can actually go check it out. Talon, there, you got the title for the game?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the link up for it because again, links when you send to me don't like to work, which is kind of sucky. So give me a second. Yeah, it is. It's called Quest for Mata Nui. It's an upcoming fan game created by Craney Creations, based on the Lego Group's Bionicle line of constructible action figures. I think that's it. Is that it?
No.
No. Oh, whoops! Wrong
Sorry.
title.
It's from Team Kanoe have made an open world game called Bionicle Mask of Power set on the island of Mata
That's it.
Nui.
Yeah.
You'll assume the role of at least one of the Toa and face the ultimate enemy, Makuda. Basically, the Bionicle story, while the spin-off products produced rich lore for the Bionicle universe, it's good to see this first game deal with the classic characters from that game. The devs have provided a short description of the game. Open world adventure set in the Bionicle universe, reliving the legend of the mighty Toa and their perilous quest to collect the Kanoe masks of power, free the islanders of Mata Nui, and defeat the evil Makuda.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Like I'm just checking out the Steam page for it on my phone here, and it looks interesting. I like how it's now. Again, I can understand it just being out. It's going to be directly on Steam, which I am actually understand for because again, they want to have that improved like graphics and everything. And honestly, I'm for it because I love Steam games. I mean, I personally play more console than computer, but for fans of the Bionicle series, and I don't know if there are still fans out there of Bionicle, even though Bionicle came out decades ago.
My parents were cleaning out their house a couple of weeks ago, and they gave me this bag, and I opened it up. It's all my old Bionicle toys.
Oh my god, that's a long time ago. Bionicle. I'm just checking out when Bionicles actually came out. Bionicles was actually
2007.
it came out 2010. Yeah, so it came out originally a subsidiary of Lego Technic series. The line launched in Europe and Australia in the late 2000s.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, and I think they stopped maybe in 2007.
It's honestly, yeah. So it was discontinued in 2010, but it was rebooted in 2015 for a further 2 years. Yeah, it was. So kind of crazy. The original retail Tahunga sets are only currently sell for about US to $15 and up, but kind of sucks because Bionicles can be worth more than that. But
this brings me to the question though: do you think that if this does really well, do you think we would might see a resurgence in Bionicle toys again?
I honestly think that with Lego the way it is now, that people are just kind of just hooked on Lego sets and that. There are people out there who really do love the Bionicle still, and they would love to see a resurgence of this legendary franchise.
Well, I think as well.
I don't know about you, the Bionicle series to me, I love Bionicles. I love that world. I love that. I love how they were so separated from the Lego universe. The Lego universe is all bright and colorful and all kind of with different products like Star Wars or Harry Potter or just all the franchises. Bionicle was its own whole universe that's not even connected to Lego because it didn't feel like a Lego.
I think
it didn't feel like Lego.
I think though is that if they do make a resurgence, and you're saying Lego at the moment, they're basing it all off like sets and based off movies and big franchises. However, though, the biggest thing in the world right now is nostalgia.
Is nostalgia. Yes.
So they
You're
could
100% right,
off it.
Techie.
They
Can bank off people's nostalgia. If they re-release the original Bionicle set, remastered, fixed up with improved maneuverability, with improved features in that, and just give us a full-on like new Bionicles video game like this one, but actually this is not made by the original people that made Bionicles. It's made by another company.
Yeah.
If Lego saw this, and now, of course, they would have to know about this because it's their property. They would actually have to get licensing purposes. Now, if this game does successfully, then I'm all for it. Give me a new release of Bionicles. I'll buy them and I'll store them on my shelf here.
Oh yeah, me too. Hands down.
You can kind of see the shelf here. If you can kind of see the shelf here, this is the collectible shelf. I need another one. I'm probably going to buy more stuff. But Bionicles, to me, I love Bionicles. I actually used to own a couple years ago when I was younger. Very younger. Like, be going on at least probably 15 years.
Yeah.
Back in, like, I love Bionicles, and I just hope that this game does well, that Legos takes notice, realize that the fandom actually wants Bionicles to return, then I'm all for it.
Oh, me too. Me too. All right. This was also another game that kind of came out of nowhere, especially for me. You already knew about this. But we're getting a Doctor Who game.
Yeah, it's a mobile game. So
Mobile?
you basically
It's on PlayStation.
Yeah, I checked it. I checked it before. It actually connects to your mobile phone.
Huh.
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't know that because I only saw the PlayStation reveal trailer.
Hang on, let me click on it, and so yeah, I'm just going to lead to the YouTube video for it, and I'm going to open in YouTube. Give me a second.
You're right.
So, Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassins. Don't blink. The Weeping Angels are coming to your console. Solve the unmissable mystery in Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassins now. Building on the terrifying legacy of the Weeping Angels, first encountered in the iconic story Blink, Doctor Who, that is the 10th Doctor's era. Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassins is a thrilling mystery developed by the award-winning creators of Sarah is Missing and Simulacra. Now, if Techie has no idea what these are, Sarah Missing and Simulacra are actually mobile games, and they're actually really good. They're actually terrifying. I've played both of them. Markiplier has played them on YouTube, and so has Jacksepticeye. A bunch of YouTubers have played them. They're actually cool. Now, Sarah is Missing is actually free on the App Store or on the Google Play Store, but Simulacra does cost. I actually own both, and I've played them both, and they're actually really good. Now, so amidst a series of events at a seemingly abandoned house in London, someone goes missing and you find their phone. When it begins to self-destruct, ex-unit scientist Petronelli Osgood, played by Ingrid Oliver, enlists your help to uncover hidden clues and solve cryptic puzzles. We unravel the truth behind the chilling disappearance before it's too late, but remember, don't turn your back, don't look away, and don't blink. Now, of course, it is going to be a mobile game because I was watching the trailer for it. It actually is it's actually a mobile game, but it connects to your PS4. The game actually connects with your phone, so you actually can get a console version, and then I believe there'll be a mobile app for it or something like that is free that you can actually use connected to the game. Other games have done this in the past. It's actually pretty cool. Now, there have been other Doctor Who games in the past because, I don't know about you, but I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. If you can't really tell.
Doctor.
I love them all. Now, again, huge fan of the Ninth Doctor. I love the Ninth Doctor, including so that I went down to the wire a few years ago. Oh God, that was smart of me, Talon. That was smart of me. That a few years ago I got the universal remote for the 10th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. This is rare. This one is actually a steel body one. Now, it does extend.
What do you mean by a universal remote?
Like a universal remote control.
So you can use it for your TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I've got a.
I haven't used it. I haven't used it for a while.
That does that.
Yeah, it's from the same company that makes them. The same company that makes the Magic Wands comes from the Harry Potter one. Same ones that make the Doctor Who sonic screwdriver. This is the 10th Doctor's one. But also you can get the 11th Doctor's one, which is also the 12th Doctor's one as well. Which, again, if you don't know what the 12th Doctor's Sonic Judo looks like, it's this one with the forks. I haven't touched them in a while because, again, Doctor Who, for me, it kind of has gone a bit stagnant now because of the 13th Doctor. Now, of course, this is the 13th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. It looks suspiciously weird. I'm not going to lie. I like it, but at the same time, though, it is what it is. Compare this one to this one.
Yeah.
The difference is startling. But I collect them. I keep them here. They're actually pretty unique. I like it a lot. But no, that's just me. But Doctor Who is a good series. Again, watch a different...
I prefer Torchwood.
Which was the spin-off? Yeah, Torchwood. Torchwood's good because of Harkness. Jack Hart, yeah, Barrowman. Barrowman's amazing. Even a controversial soul allegations.
I think they only came from.
But
one
that was a
person,
few months back,
and it kind of got shut down, and it wasn't true, and everything like that.
Yeah. I heard about that though. But at the same time, though, that's just it's just accusations.
Yeah. All right.
What we got next?
What we have next, I'm going to put this up now. Because we need to talk about it.
And what would that be?
We both caught the Suicide Squad. We have both seen it.
Yes. We've both seen it, and here's the cool thing about with the Suicide Squad. I've still got my movie ticket here. Still got it. Right here. Cineplex. Went to go see it at 7:30. Didn't get out till like 10 o'clock, so it was a pretty long movie. It was about 2 hours long. Actually, no, it'd be about close to about 3 hours if you counted that. Close to
ads.
It. But I freaking loved it. It was good. It felt different. Also, I watched Cosplay Chris's video, his review of it, and I was quite shocked that he actually came out and said that he much preferred this version over the 2016 version. And I'm with him on that.
Oh,
now, of course, my sister...
Anyone is with him on that one.
Except my sister. My sister likes the 2016 version more than this one.
Nah.
I know. I tried to explain to her. I can't. I tried to explain to her. But, again, that's just everybody about it. Look, honestly, this version of Suicide Squad, it felt like the Suicide Squad. You can't have the Suicide Squad without no violence. Suicide Squad needs violence. It needs that chaos, and it just doesn't work. But I honestly really loved it. Now, again, got the spoiler warning up because, well, we're going to talk spoilers. I freaking love the cast. I love the reveal of the villain at the end. Holy shit. We got Starro.
I know.
Starro the Conqueror. If you guys remember Justice League, the animated series, or even Batman Beyond or stuff like that, well, we meet Starro for the first time in that series. That literally the star that literally it's a starfish that is literally it's like the face hugger of the DC universe, basically.
Yeah.
It can totally except it doesn't actually breed an alien. You just takes control of your mind.
It reminds me. That character has always reminded me of the stuff from Futurama, the alien on top of the head.
Yeah.
Like takes over their mind as well. Yeah.
Yeah, another one. But the interesting thing how they did this is they made it more terrifying. Those little ones that come out that breed from because you can't take it off. Like you can't even get it off because when you saw in the Thinker, played brilliantly by Peter Capaldi, which ironically we talk about Doctor Who. He was the 12th Doctor.
I completely forgot he was actually in this movie.
Yeah, I did too until I finally saw him, and I really loved it. He played the Thinker very well. I just wanted him to break out and start freaking swearing and cussing at people like he does as Malcolm Tucker. Listen here, you fat fucking noodle.
I wanna mention the best character in the whole movie.
If you say King Shark, I'll be happy.
It's Weasel.
Ah! Oh, come on! No, yeah, like 1 minute! Like a minute worth of footage!
Because it reminds me so much of Deadpool 2 with
Is that with the
X-Force?
taxi driver?
Just
Oh,
with X-Force
God.
in general, where
Oh.
they all just start dying
Oh.
right at the beginning.
I just loved how fucking Nathan Fillion as TDK just finally showed his powers and he's just like slapping people and just trying to grab their faces. I'm like, every single character that we meet, all these new characters, they die in the first part of the movie.
And
Javelin
most of them
gets shot.
are from Marvel.
Yep.
We got
Wait,
a
you
lot
got
of actually
fucking
Marvel Marvel actor cameos.
You got Michael Rooker, who played Bandit. We finally see what those bombs actually do to you. Instead of just fucking Slipknot just dying in midair. Yeah, great character. We actually see what happens. And I also loved how when his face gets blown off, it's just glorious. It's just glorious. And it actually shows the starting front for the movie. And what was your favorite part about it?
Okay,
what did you like? What was your favorite act?
One of my favorite things was when they come in, guns blazing, in when they're trying to get what's his name?
Rick Flag.
Rick
Flag. Oh, I know what scene
you're
talking about.
Rick Flag. And then they go and get him, and he's there having a meal with this woman, or a bath or something like that.
The looks on their face, because I remember watching that scene. I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
Killed the camp that was there to help them.
Yeah, they killed like when they started going through, I'm like, I don't think these people are actually the bad guys. I think they're the good guys. This is not good.
I also have to say, Idris Elba knocked it out of the park.
He was so good as Bloodsport. Like, he's such a, he's not a very big known character in the DC universe. I think that has changed that perspective now.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's gone from being a huge popular character because, remember, this is a guy that actually is a master of weapons. Now, everyone was like, oh, he's a Deadshot replacement. I consider him better than Deadshot because he has much more interest.
I have to ask, do we know why Will Smith didn't return?
I'm not 100% sure why he didn't return. I actually don't know. I will do a little more research on that, on why he didn't return. I think maybe because just
that he did really well as Deadshot. I would really love to see him back from the original Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
But my other favorite thing would have to be Harley. They did her so well in this movie. So well. Especially for me, one of my favorite scenes with her when she becomes a princess.
Yeah, that was good, and just we weren't expecting. He just straight up fucking murders him. Like, I wasn't expecting that. He's just standing there talking, and all of a sudden, like, the camera's not panning around to Harley listening, and I'm like, something's gonna happen here. I'm thinking, like, maybe she might, like, hit him, or it might get it on again. I didn't expect her to fucking shoot him. I was like...
No. The fact that she made him bleed out and then shot him again later on.
Yeah.
Just shows how Harley can be such a brutal killer. With no remorse. What were some of your other favorite things in the movie?
Anything with King Shark.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love Nalway. He was just like, at the opening meeting when they're talking, he's just like, yes, hand.
Hand.
Yes, that is a hand. One person that really fucking surprised me was John Cena.
I was just
Holy
going to mention we
shit.
have to give credit to John Cena.
Peacemaker, man. Like, I never would have thought, like a wrestler who's only just gone back to WWE, actually. He's about to be in a match with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. But I thought, oh man, I'm not going to like his character. He's going to be an absolute tool, and I think he's just going to be too much of a dickhead. But it worked. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it actually worked. His character was a fucking badass. I just love the fact that both of them, both Bloodsport and Peacemaker, are both of the same guy. I love when she's explaining about who he is, and he's just like, hang on a second. He's literally me. I thought you were hiring us for our skills. He literally is me. And then Peacemaker just speaks up. I'm you, but better. I use smaller bullets. I'm like, what about when he just shoots behind the shoulder? He's just like, that's a non-lethal shot. Compressed rounds. If that beach was full of dicks and I had to suck him on for the name of liberty, I'd do that. I'm like, why would the beach be full of dicks? One person that really surprised me the most about the whole cast was two of them, actually. Was Polka Dot Man.
Yes.
One of the worst Batman villains ever. Fucking Polka Dot Man. And I loved how they gave a lot of history behind his backstory, how his mother gave him an interdimensional virus that made him breathe out these polka dots.
Yeah.
And I also loved Ratcatcher 2. And I loved how Ratcatcher 1 was played by Taika Waititi. I was not expecting him to be in this movie.
I wasn't.
And he was in this
expecting
movie.
A lot of cameos in this movie.
But my most favorite character is Milton.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love when that finally just Milton dies. Harley's just like, who's Milton? What about when she accidentally calls Bloodsalt Milton? It's like, that's not my name. But no, I have to digress. This movie was really good. I think James Gunn knew what the hell he was doing. I feel bad for what happened with David Ayer because, again, too much studio interference with the last Suicide Squad movie. And I think with this movie,
they went, James Gunn, do what you want.
Do what you want. Now, again, I'm just reading up. The Suicide Squad producer, this is about Will Smith, it's about leaving the cast. The Suicide Squad producer, Peter Safran, said press members on the film said that Smith absolutely could have been back for the film and a leadership role name, same as before. But it was not meant to be. Here's what he said regarding Smith's absence Deadshot. We discussed it, but I think Will Smith, of all of it, was really more of a schedule thing than anything else. We knew we had to start shooting in September 2019 because, frankly, we actually knew probably earlier than other people did that James was going to come back and do Guardians. So it was really important that we started shooting when we started shooting and Will wasn't available, and that kind of made it easy all around. What are you going to do? He's not available, so he's also nice to. So it's also nice to, frankly, help separate from the first movie. I think, in a greater fashion. So, literally was a scheduling conflict. So, no, yeah. Now, again, I can understand some people like, oh, because he didn't want to be part of it, or they just didn't like his character. I personally liked Will Smith's character. I think out of every single character, the only three characters that I felt big connection to. Actually, no, four characters. No, three. Only three in the original Suicide Squad was Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and Will Smith. I didn't like any others.
Oh, I mean,
I didn't like
Rick Flag too. I really like Rick Flag in that too.
Speaking of Rick Flag, oh fuck, I was not expecting that. Jesus.
No.
And also, just like, I loved his last lines. Peacemaker, what a joke.
Yeah.
And also, I was not expecting that. Joel Kinnaman he took it out of the ballpark with me being Rick Flag. I loved how they changed around. Because in the first part of the film, you saw the old Rick Flag.
Yeah.
With that old tack uniform on. But in this one, you saw the new version after he gets saved by those rebels.
Yeah.
I just loved how when they're getting slaughtered on the beach, Harley's just sitting there, just just like, who the fuck are these people? Like, I didn't choose the team. Talk about being cold-blooded Amanda Waller was. This is the Amanda Waller we should have got in the original film. In the original film, she was literally going to put Bloodsport's kid in one of the worst prisons in the States, in Belle Reve, the same prison as her. And that also
because
means
she did
that if
some
she's in,
fucking theft.
she stole, like, she shoplifted.
That's it.
She fucking shoplifted. And she was going to try and put him in prison if she didn't do the mission. And I love, in the end, Bloodsport got the better hand. They're saying, you do anything at all, I'll release everything. And if that happened, then Amanda Waller's going to prison.
The thing is, though, I'm surprised that she already isn't, considering how the last one ended.
It ended in disaster. But the thing is, she probably scrubbed up the mess and was just like, it is what it is. But remember, she's also not off the hook because it's not. To Amanda Waller, police and the government, that's not the worrying factor for her.
No.
The worrying factor is the Justice League.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Justice League and also if you watch Justice League, the animated series, especially with Unlimited series,
which you can now watch on Stan.
Mm-hmm, you can. You'll know for a fact that when it comes to being a fight between the wits, between Amanda Waller and Batman, I think I know who I'm throwing my ball into that ballpark.
Mm-hmm. Can I also
Batman.
say, back with the first Suicide Squad movie, I would have. I was more terrified of the Amanda Waller in Arrow than that one.
Because she literally was just like, I don't give a shit, I'm going to do what I want because the job needs to get done. I actually was more terrified of the Amanda Waller that's in Justice League, the animated series, because she literally... because she was literally going to try and take out the whole...
Yeah, out of all, that's the biggest one, but live action-wise, Arrow took it over the first Suicide Squad movie easily.
Yeah, and they were meant to do the Suicide Squad in the Arrow series, but of course... DC wanted to do that. They made the movie. It failed. I don't care what anybody says. The first movie of Suicide Squad took a risk, and I think it flopped badly.
Look,
I honestly think it didn't work. My opinion.
It's okay. It's an okay.
It's
watch.
okay, but it was not meant to be just okay. This was meant to be the start. This was meant to be one of the first starting movies for the DC.
It was the third movie in the DCEU.
We had Man of Steel. Now, a lot of people don't like Man of Steel. I loved Man of Steel.
Who doesn't like Man of Steel now?
People who just think that it's just Superman destroying everything.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
But again, now some people don't like BVS, Batman vs. Superman, because they think that these probably people who haven't seen the Ultimate Edition, who would have saw the theatrical release and thinking, oh, this is great. I'm like, no, it's not. What's the Ultimate Edition? It's better.
It's the only
but even
edition.
with the director's cut for Suicide Squad, it didn't even save it.
No, it was only.
It didn't include any.
It wasn't even a director's cut. It was.
It was just an extended cut.
And it was.
And it didn't include like an extra 10 minutes of footage, and that was complete and utter garbage because it was just wasn't even good. It didn't include any of the Joker scenes. Why do you think Leto just hated talking about Suicide Squad afterwards? Because he just felt that all of his scenes were cut.
Yeah.
I am grateful that he did come back and do the Snyder Cut with Ben Affleck's Batman, meaning that those two have actually met each other, which I'm actually so grateful for. But DC screwed up with Ben Affleck's Batman, and they screwed up with all those characters. And honestly, I am sad that Affleck's not going to be Batman again. I'm still sad about it. Hell, I'm even sad about if Cavill hangs up the cape. There's been no official announcement if he's going to hang up the cape.
It's been rumored that he's still on board.
It's been rumored for years. It's been rumored for years.
They keep asking him. I'm pretty sure they even mentioned it during WitcherCon. And he says, I still have the cape in the closet. No one's told me anything. So
but he is probably contractually obligated not to say anything yet.
Yeah, could be.
But the thing is, it's Superman's one of the biggest like characters him, but also he's got other franchises he can fall back onto.
He's got the
Fuck's
Witcher
sake,
now.
he's got the Witcher now. Plus, also there are other series that might, and also I don't think he's gonna quit being Superman. DC would have to be blind, deaf, and stupid to let go of Henry Cavill as Superman. The guy is literally Superman personified,
Yeah,
and I do hope that he does come
he
back. But anyway,
deserves
we
a
have
good
talked.
shot.
Anyway, we have talked about DC and Suicide Squad long enough. Let's move on to next topic.
All right. So everyone here in Australia got a new streaming service this week. We got Paramount Plus finally.
All the Nickelodeon stuff is on Paramount Plus. So if you want to watch Rugrats, if you want to watch friggin' like I think Rugrats is on there. Yeah? The new Rugrats and the old Rugrats are on there as well, I believe.
The new iCarly, the original iCarly.
Yep.
We've got Angry Beavers. We've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch. We have the King of Queens on there as well.
As well.
One that I'm actually kind of keen to revisit is Family Ties. Family Ties is on there.
Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old series from decades ago.
Well, if you want to,
you know, now what's your opinion? Yeah. So, what's your opinions on the new streaming platform? How's the interface for it? Does it look good, or could do a little work? Or
there's a couple of things that I have a bit of a gripe. A couple of things. So, one, you only have one user.
Only one user? What?
Yep. So they haven't added that yet. So if you are sharing it with other people in your house or other people, you can only use it on the one user. The other thing is they haven't got a watch list.
They haven't got a watch list?
No. No.
That's quite bizarre.
So the only way to kind of make a watch list is start a show, then get out of it. So literally start it for like a minute, then get out of it. Then it'll be on your continue to watch. Which is fine for now, but you know it's early days. It's early days.
It's early days. It's
we'll
only just yeah.
It's launched only a couple of months ago as well. In the US, like officially.
Yeah.
So it's still very early days for the streaming service, but I do think it's got a lot of potential.
We also need to Techie. Sorry to interrupt you.
Right.
You want to drop the spoilers thing from our?
Oh yes, thank you.
Are we doing spoilers for Paramount Plus? Oh my god, it's spoiling Paramount Plus.
We kind of are. We're telling people what shows are on there.
But these are shows that have already happened. Some of them haven't though. Some of them are brand new, but we're not spoiling some of those until we watch it. But my brother-in-law and that have got it, and I've got to go and talk to them about it, see if I can get the login.
Do it.
But I honestly am just really happy that a lot of these series that I grew up with are being put on Paramount Plus. Rugrats is one of them. Angry Beavers is another one. There are other ones on there that I really want to watch. I think it's just really cool that finally a platform that is going to have old school Nickelodeon on there. I remember a lot of late nights when I was still in primary school. Be on Friday night. Honestly, I would love it as well to wake up probably about like 10 o'clock and be watching old school Angry Beavers. Or even better, Saturday morning, I'd be watching Rugrats, Arthur as well. There's so much on there that makes me happy to think.
I'll go through some. We've got Seventh Heaven, 16 and Pregnant, 90210, the Jimmy Neutron series,
Oh God, Jimmy Neutron, Jesus.
The Rugrats All Grown Up as well. That series.
That's an old one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they only did that for a little bit
2
because
seasons, I
everyone
think.
was kind of only 2 seasons, but a lot of people were freaked out by it, saying, "Well, why are they all grown up?" It was a new concept.
Yeah.
Tried something new. You got two
Uh,
seasons, and a lot of people seem to like the first season, so obviously you got another season.
yeah. The Amanda Show.
Oh God, the Amanda
Yeah.
Bynes show.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was before she went batshit insane and literally went on a drug and alcohol bender.
Yep.
When she actually was sane.
We've mentioned the Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Is Paramount Plus on going to be on the PlayStation 4 store?
I think it's on the PlayStation 4 store, but but it's not on the PS5 yet. I think. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. Remember
actually?
remember the movie Barnyard?
Yeah.
They made a series as well, so that's on here. Becca, The Big Bang
Oh
Theory.
God, Becca's another Big Bang Theory. Yeah, of course.
Big Time Rush. This is really going back, but Blue's Clues is on here as well.
You had me at Blue's Clues. I watched that when I was like about 6 years old, man.
Yep.
That's how old I am.
Yep.
I remember this series when I first started. Christ, Blue's Clues. And that's with the original guy. Okay, just for context, just quick interject into Blue's Clues. Everyone who thinks that the original guy that was on Blue's Clues before they replaced him thought that he died. No, he didn't actually die. He actually stopped the show because he was going bald. He was losing his hair. Just like me. Except he wanted to leave the show looking like he did when he first started. He didn't want to stay around. You also notice as well he wore a lot of hats and stuff like that throughout the show. That's because he was losing his hair and he didn't want anyone to notice it. But now he remembers everything about Blue's Clues, and he's actually a really great music producer now. Yeah. He makes his own music. It's actually pretty good. Steve. His name was Steve. I recommend that you actually do it. Now, to interject a question about PS4, you can sign up to Paramount Plus on your PlayStation 4. You can actually download the app.
Yeah. It's just not on the PS5 yet.
No.
I'll go through a few. Cat Dog, The Chappelle Show, the original Charmed and the new Charmed, Cheers, Daria,
a lot. So there's a lot there.
Danny Phantom,
Jeez.
Frasier.
All right, I'm gonna. You know
Geordie
what?
Shore,
you know what
Jersey Shore.
Is Johnny Bravo on there?
Hawaii 5-0, the new and the original.
Oh God, is Johnny Bravo on here?
No, Johnny Bravo's Cartoon Network.
Oh, that's right. It is too. Oh, far out.
However, though, Hey Arnold is on here.
Oh God, Football Head.
Football Head. We mentioned the King of Queens. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The Legend of Korra.
Keenan and Kel. Is Keenan and Kel on there?
No.
You remember Keenan and Kel? Oh my God, how you not? It's being K. Keenan and Kel. It was an old sitcom show. It was on Nickelodeon. I believe it was on Nickelodeon. It was really funny. I enjoyed it. Why am I talking about I enjoyed a show? I hope people know about Keenan and Kel.
No, it's not
really
on here yet.
Oh, man.
Medium. NCIS. All seasons, by the way. Because I forgot, CBS now owns Channel 10 here in Australia. CBS is also owned by Paramount. So we have one season, the newest season of Neighbours on Paramount.
Oh God. Hey, at least it's not that 80s show. Dun, dun, dun.
We've got Punk'd, Ray Donovan, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh God, Ren and Stimpy, Jesus. Okay, so we've got everything. I think you don't have to cover everything. Yeah.
I'm not covering everything. I'm just going through a few. Rules of Engagement, South Park, TMNT, well, not the good TMNT in my opinion. Zoe 101, Wild Thornberries, Under the Dome, The Twilight Zone. That's just in series. There's a lot more. There is a lot more. So definitely go check it out. It's $9 a month or $90 for the year. I wouldn't exactly say go for the year yet, but it's worth $9 a month at the moment. And I expect once contracts end with Netflix and Amazon here in Australia, we'll probably get Discovery and Picard on there as well.
Yeah. We'll probably get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am honestly. We're gonna after this straight after our show. I'm gonna go see if I can get Paramount Plus.
Yeah, do it.
Get it for my
Do
sister.
it.
I've start watching some shit.
I've been doing it all week since it dropped. Everything I've been watching recently has been on Paramount Plus. I haven't checked anything else out. If you have got a Fire TV, if you got the Fire Stick, it's on there as well. So you can do it through that, or you can do it through Android TV.
Oh yeah. All right, let's move on to. I think this is our last one for tonight, eh?
No, dude, we still got 4 more.
4 more. Jesus Christ.
Yes. So the next one is the live action Ahsoka series is currently. This is also rumored. It's not confirmed, but it's looking for a live action version of Sabine Wren.
Sabine
from Star Wars
that's
Rebels.
right. Now, Rosario Dawson, friggin' perfectly cast as Ahsoka Tano. Just one of the best parts of Mandalorian season 2, alongside friggin' Katie Sackhoff as friggin'
reprising her role.
Yeah, reprising her role. Yeah, she did that role. Yes, Bo-Katan. I was actually really happy because she did the voice of Bo-Katan, and then she's just like probably thought about it. Was like, you know what? I've done the voice. How about I just come do the character itself? And yeah, she was brilliant as Bo-Katan. Now, I do not know who they're going to cast as Sabine because, again, it can't be set in the Rebels timeline because, again, it's already happened. But that would mean that we're probably going to get Ezra. Ezra is going to make an appearance.
Yeah, look, Ezra's cool and everything.
I hope he...
However.
Oh god, here we go. This is where he's off somewhere. Where are you off to?
Ezra's cool, right? I love Ezra. But not as much as this guy right here.
Grand Afro freaking Thrawn. And I know a lot of people really want Benedict Cumberbatch to play Thrawn. I don't know who to play Thrawn because I love Moff Gideon, and if you can get an actor that can play better than Moff Gideon, then
I just want the voice actor.
I just want the voice actor. Yeah, I mean, if they can get the voice actor for friggin' for Bo-Katan to come along and literally just be the character in live action, why don't you get the voice actor for Grand Admiral Thrawn to come along? I think out of every single villain that ever did
voice actor
Rebels,
is?
Who is the voice actor for Thrawn? I never knew who it was.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Where do I know that from? I sound like a singer.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Don't tell me. I need to Google it. Find it my own. Lars
is the brother.
Holy shit! He's the star. He's the brother of Mad Mikkelsen.
He's also from The Witcher.
He is from The Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, look, we know that at the end of Rebels. Also, spoiler for Rebels. him and Ezra are going to avoid.
Yes, they do. He played Grand Admiral Thrawn for 13 episodes.
I can't believe that Thrawn was only in it for 13 episodes.
Yeah. I was very
Considering he
sad
came
by
into
that.
it in like season 3.
I think of every single villain they've ever done for Rebels, for Star Wars. I think, while I love Vader, I always will love Vader, especially how he was in that series and just how fucking a powerhouse he is.
I loved seeing
Thrawn was
Rebels.
worse.
Oh yeah.
Thrawn was worse. Thrawn was 10 times worse because he's not a Force user. He's not he's not some Sith or a Inquisitor. He's just fucking intelligent. He knows how to strategically take down his opponents.
Thrawn is possibly one of the most intelligent people in the Star Wars universe. But for me, what makes me more scared of Thrawn is the way he talks. He's not threatening.
He just talks normally.
No,
he just talks
he's just calm, collected, and kind of sounds like a psychopath because of the way he
probably is. Yeah,
talks, because he is that calm, collective type of character.
He honestly could be crazy for all we freaking know, but I don't think.
For starters, he's part of the fucking Empire.
Yeah,
and originally Thrawn, before Rebels, his story was the sequel to after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So he was still continuing stuff to do with the Empire after the Emperor died.
Yeah, and that's even more crazy to think that the whole mythology behind the Empire are all the Empire is pretty much just dying. They're just trying to piece themselves back together. And we saw that in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And now that the Empire's, now the fact that Thrawn's still alive. And that thing is, if Thrawn's still alive, then Ezra's still alive. And I'm honestly excited to see them both. I love Thrawn and I love Ezra. I'm just excited to see.
I would be loving more is we'd be kind of getting that Heir to the Empire sequel.
Yeah.
Which we kind of want. We've always wanted. Yeah, it was the original sequel. Yeah. That whole trilogy was a sequel until we got, the new ones.
We're going to talk about them.
we will get. I know. We will get to them. But yeah, look, I'm keen for Sabine. It's definitely linked to the Mandalorian stuff, obviously. And it's going to bring more questions because Sabine had the dark saber.
She did. Now, well, remember, Sabine gave the dark saber to Bo-Katan in the end, towards the end of Rebels, because she believed Bo-Katan was the one to win it. Now, we know for a fact that Bo-Katan lost the dark saber. The question is, how the hell did she lose it? They don't answer that. Now when we go back to Mandalorian season 3, she's got to fight Mando for it.
Well, she'll have
in order to get it back.
But in saying that, though, she kind of, at the same time, made peace with it by the end of the episode too.
I think so, but I don't think she did. I think secretly she wants that.
She's always unpredictable.
She's unpredictable. She's hugely unpredictable. And I think that's what Moff Gideon wanted to do. Moff Gideon wouldn't be able to win in a fight against Mando. So, I think he wanted to fight Mando. Because he knows if he can get under freaking Bo-Katan, if he can get under Bo-Katan's skin, he'll fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And he did it.
What I am looking forward to with Ahsoka 2 is that this is definitely a sequel to Rebels.
It is.
Purely because the director of the series is Dave Filoni.
Yeah, it is. And Dave Filoni, you're talking about Rebels, and that was probably one of his favorite times, alongside Clone Wars as well. Even Freddie Prinze Jr., who played Kanan Jarrus. I love Kanan. I really do. And I do hope
him back at the
I know.
You still haven't
I
watched
am
Bad
on.
Batch yet.
Oh god, yeah. I love that. I was really excited to see him again there. I
Yeah.
could not believe it was actually him, and
Well,
it wasn't even.
It wasn't really Kanan. It was Caleb. It
No,
was Caleb
it
Dune.
was Caleb. It was Caleb Dune because Kanan Jarrus is a cover name. His real name is Caleb Dune, and I'm excited as well. If they do flashbacks for Rebels in Ahsoka, I really hope that they do cast someone as Kanan, and I hope it's
It has to be
actually
Freddy.
it has to be Freddy.
Now,
I would love him to come back.
brings me the question too with Ahsoka is, are we going to see Hera?
We know she's out there because remember the ghost actually appears in fucking at the end of Rise of Skywalker, which means that Hera is out there somewhere.
But is that Hera in Rise of Skywalker? Because that's also 30 years after.
True.
Who would we know 30 years after that could be flying the ghost?
I don't know. Ezra?
Remember, Kanan and Hera had a kid.
That's right. Yeah. Kanan and Hera had a child.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep. So I believe that's not Hera flying it in Rise of Skywalker. I believe that's their son.
You believe it could be their son or daughter. Did they have a son or a daughter?
I think it was a son. I think.
And he would be a Force user because Kanan was a Force user.
Yeah. Yep.
That actually is cool, and actually I want to see that actually happen.
Because I don't think it's mentioned that it's Hera.
No,
not even in the novelization. I don't think it's mentioned that she's flying the ghost or that she's there. We just assume it is because it's the ghost.
We just see it because it's a ghost. We just assume it's her. I'm like, yeah, but again, there are so many things about the Rise of Skywalker that doesn't make any sense. Like the fact is that Lando managed to get all those ships in time and managed to find their way to that place. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Release the real cut of release the Rise of Skywalker cut. Right. Honestly, I've said it before, I've said it again, I was very, very disappointed with the Rise of Skywalker. I honestly think it just was a letdown for me. I mean, I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, I fucking loved it.
Jedi.
Don't get me started on Last Jedi. Christ. Why did they hire Rian Johnson? Oh yeah, because they didn't make money. No, look, they realized they lost money.
I had this conversation on Friday night with a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think The Last Jedi is a Star Wars movie. It was good. Not Skywalker Saga, though.
No, not Skywalker Saga. What they could have done is they could have just hired Ryan, not for a Skywalker movie.
Well, they have.
Well, they have. But instead back then, go back to that time before even Last Jedi was even talked about. They hire him for another Star Wars project that's not related to the Skywalker saga.
Mm.
There are so many stories in Star Wars universe you could do that could work, and it doesn't have to resolve around the Skywalker saga or even the Empire.
I'm wondering if his story, because it can be open territory now, will be the High Republic.
I hope so, man. I love the whole story surrounding the High Republic. It's such a big time for the Republic. It has nothing to do with the Jedi or anything like that. It's such a different time because it's set like how many years before the events of Order 66? It's like thousands of years, isn't it?
Let me bring it up. Because it's still continuing.
Yeah, it is.
I was about to buy one of the newest books today.
It's
the High Republic era was a period of time that lasted for around 200 years, between approximately 300 years before the Battle of before the Battle of Yavin, and 82 years before the Battle of Yavin, in which the Galactic Republic was said to be at its height.
Yep. So this is when the Republic was possibly the biggest it could ever get. It was huge. Everyone knew about everyone knew about the Republic, and honestly, it was
It was a golden
one.
age for the Jedi, who were
Yeah,
significantly more active throughout the galaxy and a time of expansion and exploration in the Outer Rim.
they were.
Um,
I really wish they would have stayed that way because the big problem with the Jedi later on in
that we
in
find
the
out in Revenge of the
prequels,
Sith.
yeah, we find it. Yeah,
They lose
that
their
they
way.
were weak. They lose their way. Even Yoda and Luke say that too. That we lost our way. We can't be the Jedi. Like the Jedi is his. The Jedi finished.
Yeah.
And in a way, Luke was right, and so was Yoda. The Jedi need to end. They
Yeah.
need to finish because we can't keep doing this. We can't go back to the way it was. That's why everyone puts their faith in Rey, because Rey is she's not like a typical Jedi. She's different. And I really loved look, no wrong, everyone has a gripes with Rey. I freaking loved Daisy Ridley's performance as Rey. She did such an amazing job as that character.
Look, I love Rey
I
too.
loved her.
Um,
I just wish she could have got more.
we got a comment. Here's a topic. Are you aware that Captain Rex was in Return of the Jedi? Yes, I'm aware.
Oh, we have a comment? Oh yeah, we do. Yes. We also have one. Want to become famous? I freaking hate those spam ones. But yes, no. Here's the topic. Are you aware that Captain Rex was in was in Return of the Jedi? I did not know that. I forgot
Didn't you
about
know that?
I did. No. What?
So
Where was
Rex,
he?
it's not. I mean, Dave Filoni kind of hinted at it, but also not officially confirmed. So Rex, the old guy with the beard in Return of the Jedi.
Which scene was that one? Which scene? Was
Yeah,
that in?
I'll bring up a photo.
Was
I'll
that?
screen share it for everyone to see.
Yeah. I also know for a fact that guy that commented is Techie's real dad.
All right.
All right. Screen share that for me. Yep. Oh man.
Here you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That actually was Rex.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. So yes, that's Rex.
How intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's like years before we even all came to fall in love with Rex and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, they never said it officially, but it's pretty much heavily hinted at. That's Rex.
But I'm just gonna say it's Rex now. I'm sorry.
I think we all do. Now, one of the other biggest things too coming out with Star Wars at the moment too is that we will be getting the Acolyte stuff soon too, which is the end of the High Republic.
The end of the High Republic, isn't that when the Sith start to make their presence more known?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming so. Yeah, because let's have a look when Star Wars Acolyte takes place. Because it's not hasn't been. I don't think it's even started filming yet.
No.
It's coming it's coming to Disney Plus. It's a TV series. What we know so far is it's a Star Wars TV series currently being developed for Disney Plus. Headlam will write, executive produce, and serve as the series showrunner. The show will focus on the emergence of the dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic.
So, for those that think that, oh yeah, Jedi are powerful, laugh and Sith, do you have any idea how powerful Sith Lords actually become? Like, seriously, everyone thinks, oh, Sidious is one of the most Darth Bane, but there is actually someone more powerful than freaking Darth Bane, and that was do you know why that what's his name? Not Darth Bane.
Revan?
Yeah, everyone wants Keanu Reeves to play him.
Revan.
Revan. Revan was brainwashed by literally the Emperor, but not the. Give me for context. Hold on. Give me a sec. All right, so it is ultimately revealed that both Revan and Malak were captured by the Sith Emperor prior to the first game's event. Now, the Sith Emperor, everyone thinks, oh, that's Sidious, right? No, it's not actually Sidious. The Sith Emperor was actually Vitiate. Valkyrian was a male human warrior from the planet Zakul who lived centuries before the Galactical War. When the Force in entity known as Vitalite arrived in Zakul, he chose Valkorion to become his new host and took possession of the man's physical form. Now, most people think that Vitiate is actually is literally a god of the Sith. And you know what? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. He was. Vitiate was one of the most powerfulest Siths ever to have lived. He literally he said this: the Sith Emperor to the hero of Tython. My life spans millennia. Legions have risen to test me. My ascendance is inevitable. A day, a year, a millennium. It matters not. I hold the patience of stone and the will of stars. Your striving is insignificant. Let your death be the same. This guy was no joke. This guy was born 5113 BBY before the Battle of Yavin. As the illegitimate Sith son of Lord Drathith in the old Sith Empire, Tenenbrain carved a path of destruction across the planet Midris, torturing and massacring thousands by the age of 10. So his real name is actually his real name is actually Tenenbrae, but he takes on the host. But he takes on, he literally is known as Tenenbrae, but also known as Darth Vitiate. His real name is Tenenbrae.
Yeah.
He is a dark side entity of enormous power who manipulated galaxy affairs for 1,500 years, more longer than Sidious ever did. This guy was no fucking joke. He orchestrated the Mandalorian Wars as a preliminary invasion of the Republic, but two powerful Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defeated the Mandalorians and tracked down his Sith Empire. The Emperor dominated their minds, but the pair soon broke free from his control and betrayed him and each other. In the resulting Jedi Civil War that nearly destroyed the Jedi Order, a redeemed Revan waged a mental war against the Empire, delaying his great galactical war by 3 centuries. The Sith Empire still nearly conquered the Republic, but Revan further influenced Vitiate, distracted by the birth of 3 children to the Zakul Knight. So basically, he managed to brainwash Jedis and 2 great Jedi Masters, Jedi Knights, and he orchestrated the Mandalorian Wars. And you and I both know how long those Mandalorian Wars ran for. They ran for centuries. It literally was previous to Great Sith War. It started beginning 3,976 BBY. That was early raids. And then 3,964 BBY. It was galactic wide. The outcome, the Galactic and Republic Jedi Crusaders victory, fragmentation of the Mandalorian clans. It was insane, to say at the fucking least. But no, when it comes to the Acolyte and that, if they're going to talk about the High Republic stuff, they have to talk about that Sith Lord. They have to. They really do.
They probably will. I mean, if they do, then it's definitely a tease to the Old Republic, not the High Republic. Which means eventually we might get something to do with the Old Republic.
I hope so.
Fantastic.
I hope they do Revan. That's the one character that I've been wanting them to touch is Darth Revan and his story. And I want them to do Keanu as freaking Revan. He would be fucking perfect as Revan.
Yeah. All right, we've been talking about Star Wars for a while now. Let's go to something new.
Okay.
Do you know my stance on this?
And what would that be?
We are getting a
Oh, yeah.
spin-off show.
To
How I
your
Met Your
famous
Mother. It's now called How I Met Your Father, and it's starring Hilary Duff.
Sorry, I had to laugh a little bit. I didn't know actually Hilary Duff was in it. I forgot about. I didn't know if you had told me that or not.
Yeah, that's why I ranted to you, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, no, I think it's stupid.
It's so fucking stupid. It shouldn't even be a fucking thing.
How I Met Your Father? What is it going to be? The mother's perspective of how they met Ted?
That'd be cool. But
it's not about that, is it?
No. So 7 years after the How I Met Your Mother divisive series final, and 16 years after audiences first met Ted Mosby, Hulu has commissioned an offshoot. Hilary Duff is attached as its leading lady, and several key members of How I Met Your Mother's creative team are back as executive producers, including original series creators Carter Bays and Craig Thomas. That's pretty much what we've got. Now, what I'm not happy about is that
they're doing it?
Well, they're doing it, but Disney fucked up majorly as well. Because we were supposed to be getting the Lizzie McGuire new series. And they said that it was too adult. But then they fucking launched Star, and you've got Deadpool and
you've got iCarly now. iCarly, who's like, why doesn't Disney take fucking notes from iCarly?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
They fucking teased a threesome. Well, they didn't even tease it. They actually mentioned it in.
They even talked about OnlyFans. They have a fucking OnlyFans account on iCarly as well.
Yeah. So. Are
you kidding me? Too adult. Fuck right off.
I know. But, so they fucked up with that. But then she's now doing this shit that nobody asked for, instead of doing something that everyone was asking for and got announced and was in development and got shut down.
And they cancelled it. It got shut down because it's considered too adult. Too adult?
And then you moved to this shit.
Yeah, now they're doing this shit. I mean, I love Hilary Duff. I loved Lizzie McGuire. My sister grew up with it, and I remember watching a couple episodes. I really liked it. But, come on. Give something better to fucking Hilary Duff.
I'm sick
Don't make her do another...
Or...
Oh, I am too.
I mean, look, there's some that I'm okay with. Like, we're getting Dexter, but that's not even a reboot. It's a revival. It's the same with Frasier. We're getting a revival of Frasier. Yeah. We're not getting a fucking reboot.
No, we're not getting a reboot. It's not a revival. It's literally them trying to milk off How I Met Your Mother. Profit. But the problem being,
I think it's going to flop.
I think it's going to flop because remember how they screwed up with the finale for How I Met Your Mother. It was a disaster. I didn't like it. I thought that finale was piss weak.
And we kind of mentioned it before at the show too, but we've seen how spin-offs of critically acclaimed shows go, and it fails majorly. Let's look at Joey, for example.
Yeah, they were going to do Joey from Friends.
They did do Joey, and it failed miserably.
Yeah, because it was just a disaster, and just it didn't even look like Joey. It didn't even look like that. Was it the original actor that played Joey? Was it freaking and he felt like he didn't even feel like he wanted to be there.
No. Now, the other thing we mentioned it in the show before. They did a spin-off of That 70s Show, and it was called That 80s Show.
I had a laugh about this. This series was called That 80s Show, and it
didn't finish its first season.
It didn't finish its first season because it was poorly received. It didn't even finish at all. And hang on, let me read about it because I still laugh to this damn fucking day. about it. Hang on, give me a second. Let me get to it. Hold on.
The only thing I will say is thank God it finished, because otherwise we wouldn't have gotten somebody casted in a
It
perfect
was in
role.
2000. Oh my god. Are you telling me that Shyla Lee from Supergirl, who plays Supergirl's sister, starred in this series? I didn't know that. So,
Glenn
this
Howerton
series.
from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was also in this series.
No. You're kidding.
Best known as
What?
Dennis Reynolds, he was in this series. Thank God it fucked up, because otherwise we wouldn't have him as Dennis.
No. So, that 80s show was an American sitcom set in 1984 that aired from January to May 2002. Despite having a similar name, show structure, and many of the same writers and production staff, it is not a direct spin-off of the much more successful That 70s show. The character storylines from both shows never crossed paths. It was a separate decade-past show created because of That 70s show's popularity at the time. Number of seasons, 1. Number of episodes, 13. Let's see the reception. The first episode of that A show received generally negative reviews from television critics. Eric Koenig of the Calgary Herald lamented that a time period needs to be at least 20 years away to laugh at it, and the 80s show was created too soon. Very true. Very true. So here's what happened with the cancellation. The 80s show failed to gain a wide audience during its original run. Low ratings eventually caused Fox to cancel it after 13 episodes on May 17, 2002, before the final episode aired on May 29. Wow! This was a... Let's see if this works. Oh shit, it didn't work.
Pull it. Yeah.
January...
So this just proves my thing.
January...
How Met Your Father
Spin-off
shouldn't be fucking going ahead, because we've had time and time again of these spin-offs and it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, Hilary Duff, I just still love you, but figure out a way to get fucking Liz McGuire back on track.
Yeah. So, I'm just reading Joey. I do not know this was a spin-off show. I had no idea about this. It only got 2 seasons. Ouch.
Yeah.
It was cancelled. The series was cancelled due to poor ratings on August 23rd, 2006. Christ.
Yeah.
This was bad. How the hell can you do this? Like 2 seasons. Like it must have made money to get another season, but like, ouch.
I mean, with the name Joey and based off Joey Tribbiani from Friends, of course it's going to get a shitload of viewers in the first season.
So Joey premiered on NBC on September 9, 2004 as a part of the network's Thursday night comedy lineup. Although the series is not well received by critics, the premiere episode attracted 18.6 million viewers. As the first season progressed, ratings fell, but remained average, 10.1 million viewers. NBC renewed the series for a second season and moved it to Tuesday nights opposite Fox's highly rated series American Idol. What a terrible idea! What a terrible idea! American Idol next to Joey.
Back in that time, yeah.
Back in that time, American Idol would have just looked at you and went, look at you standing here thinking you're better than me. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Ratings for the second season fell to an all-time low. 4.1 million viewers.
Yep.
And the NBC put the show on a hiatus in March 2006. NBC officially canceled the series in May 2006, citing low ratings. Now you're probably wondering, why are we talking about this? Because this just proves our point. Spin-off shows of popular series, especially with Friends, especially with That 70s Show, and especially with How I Met Your Mother, don't always work. Some do, some don't. I don't think this one is going to work because it's literally just the same title. The only word they've ever changed was one word, mother, and they just changed it to father. And also, I don't give a shit. I don't want to meet the father, because I know who the father is. It's fucking Ted Mosby.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm not happy with it.
No.
Sorry,
no.
But
Sorry, but no.
It should be cancelled. All right.
It should
moving
be.
on. We've got 2 more.
Moving on.
We've mentioned this actor once already during the Suicide Squad review. Sonic have cast Idris Elba as Knuckles.
So Bloodsport's gonna be in fucking is voicing Knuckles. That's perfect. Speaking of Idris Elba, funny story. He actually reshared my story on Instagram.
Did he?
Yep. And it wasn't like a fan account or anything. It was his legit account because it's got the blue check mark for verification. It's him. And to make it better, I reshared the picture saying, "Yo, Idris Elba, thanks for the shout out." He then proceeded to, he's seen it. He saw
That's
it.
cool.
Meaning, Idris Elba, like, I fucking love Idris Elba. He's an amazing actor, and I want to see more from him in DC. Holy crap. I'm just excited for him, not only for his success with Suicide Squad, but I'm excited to see him as Knuckles. So we're getting both Sonic, we're getting Tails,
and Knuckles.
and now we're getting Knuckles. We're
Knuckles
getting a
was
3 trio.
teased as well in the first movie too.
That's right, he was too. I remember that. He was teased. Now, we don't know who the villain's going to be. I really hope it's Dr. Robotnik, and I do hope he is called Dr. Robotnik. Yeah.
He's in it. I've seen behind-the-scenes stuff of things being made. I already knew that Knuckles was in the movie because what they've done on the set have actually got like these little statues.
Yeah.
On set, and Knuckles was spotted there, so I knew he was in it. But Idris being cast in it. Bless you. Idris being cast in it is, to me, fantastic casting.
Yeah, it's probably like the best casting by far, and I am excited even more for I'm just excited for more Idris Elba, man. The guy's voice is like legendary to me. Like, I just love how he talks. I love how he acts. He's such a great guy. I mean, I actually liked him in Hobbs and Shaw because he literally can show like, yeah, he can be a hero, he can be a superhero, he can be a supervillain and stuff like that, but also he can play a very good bad guy. Give him a good script, and he fucking can. So hell yeah. I'm all for give me more of Idris Elba any day. Give me more of him.
Oh, me too. All right, on to our last topic.
My God, we finally made it to the last topic. You know what? We said it was going to be a short show. It didn't feel like a short show to me.
We're at an hour and a half.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Made the hour mark, I'm very happy about. All right, what's our final topic to close off this wonderful show?
Final topic, and I know you're a bit keen to talk about it. We have now got the official live-action cast for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I hope they don't mess this up, but the cast actually looks really good. They actually paid attention, and they've cast a very diverse cast. Techie, if you can get a photo of what the cast looks like on the screen here, that would be awesome.
Now, I do have to say, I don't agree on one part of the casting.
And which one would that be?
No, that's the wrong one.
Would that be...
Sorry, guys.
You're okay. Give us a second, guys. We'll get that up for you. Which one is that? Is that Zuko, Aang, Katara, Sokka?
Wrong one again.
You really need...
Here we go. There we go.
All right, so which one is not your...
These two.
Which one? I have to disagree with you. I actually have to disagree with you. Because really? I see Sokka in Ian Newsley, and also I can see Zuko and Dallas. I really can. I love the first cast, like Gordon.
I think for me, Sokka has got more of the facial structure right for Zuko.
Now again, we haven't seen their full costumes yet. We haven't seen what they're going to look like.
No, I'm just saying facial structure.
Yeah.
Ian looks more like Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think opposite would be great. However, I do think he'll probably do a great job.
Also, I love this as well. There's one of the comments there from a lady by the name of Lexi Mercedes. She said the exact same thing you said. They need to switch Zuko and Sokka. They both don't look like their characters.
Yeah.
I also loved what Wayne Luke said. He said, Netflix, you better follow the cartoon faithfully or an entire generation will dump your subscription. But honestly, that looks really good.
These guys
that
look
cast.
really good.
Now, again, we're going to see
Cormier
what they do.
Actually looks like Aang. I have to say, like he really does.
Can we edit out the hair? Can we edit out the hair? Just like scribble out some white there or stuff like that. But honestly, I'm keen.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll put like a ball cap or something on him.
I'm sure they will, or hell, even Gordon might even take it the next step further and shave his hair off. I think he might do that.
Yeah,
contractually, he might be doing that, and I think he would do that. Well, so I love the actress that they've cast for Katara, Kia Winto. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name correctly. She looks really good, and I'm keen to see more from her. Again, these are a lot of casts that are very unknown. I don't really know any of these casts. I hope they do well, and I hope this Netflix series is good. I hope that the directors say, we had an influence from a great director. You've heard of him, M. Night Shyamalan. I'll be like, no, don't go to him for reference.
I don't think they will. They will.
Now, really sad part is with this film is that the original creators are not part of it anymore, which does give me a little bit of hint. That does give me concern because, again, they're not part of it. But at the same time, though, I hope it's good. I hope they do well.
In saying that, this casting is actually giving me a little bit more faith. As you know, though,
because it's diverse. It's not.
As you know, though, and I've announced it on the show. You know, I'm not a big fan of it. But I am giving it another go. I actually started giving it a go.
You're watching Avatar: Last Airbender at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm only doing it one episode a day. I don't want to fully binge it.
All right.
Just gives me other stuff to do as well, other shows
to
watch. But you know, I think they will do a good job. And I
honestly think they will do a good job. Yeah, I honestly think they will do a good job because they've probably have listened to a lot of the feedback from fans who have seen M. Night Shyamalan's cut. Now, here's the thing. Shyamalan thinks that he made a good film. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with him. It's a terrible film. The story was whack, and it didn't make any sense.
At the time, at the time the movie came out, I actually saw the movie and I didn't watch any Avatar at that point. Didn't really know much about it. And me, just as a movie fan, went, this is fucking shit.
Yeah. And honestly, I was so disappointed in Shyamalan because he's done some amazing movies in the past.
Yeah.
He's done some amazing films.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first stinkers I ever watched. And then, you know, After Earth happened and then just other films just happened. I wish that he would go back to the Sixth Sense. And he has. He's made some really good films now.
He has.
He's actually, Split was amazing. I love Split. But his Last Airbender, I really hope that he learns his lesson and doesn't go back to that franchise because he's not now because he's going on for other things he's working on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this cast. I'm excited for this film, and I can't wait for the first trailer drop.
The only thing I've seen other people have a comment about the casting is the age difference by the looks of them.
Yeah, but the age
purely
difference
because
in the
the
show.
romance between Katara and Aang later on.
But that's later on. The romance doesn't start straight up when they first meet. That's what some people are just not forgetting. I really hate when, look, I know people are going to be like, oh, I want to base it off the anime. See, the thing is, anime is different to working on a film. Animation doesn't work for film. There are some things they will change. Now, of course, they will do the romance between Aang and Katara, but they don't fall in love with each other for years. It takes them a long time for to even think that and doesn't
we
even
don't know
know
how many seasons they got planned for this show.
exactly. So we just have to wait. It's like, that's what I say to people. Don't assume. Just wait for a trailer and wait for the series to drop so you can watch it. I don't know if you're at home and you're in lockdown. I don't know. Binge the movie for all I care.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. All right. That is the end of our show tonight. Now, if you would like to, you can come and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at the Techie Talon Show. Or you can follow us on our Facebook, where we are currently live right now, as well as our YouTube and our Twitch.
Hey!
We are also live on Twitch right now too. So go follow us there as well. Also, we have a Twitter account. Go follow our Twitter at Talon_show. Or you can go follow our Instagram at the Techie Talon Show. And check us out on Spotify as well at the Techie Talon Show. Until then, guys, we've had a ball this episode. We told you it'd be short. Yeah.
Didn't feel short. Felt like a long one, but like honestly, we love doing this. We love coming on here and just recording our show and talking to everybody about topics that we find interesting, especially in the entertainment industry. And this week was very, very slow. It was a very slow week for the entertainment industry, especially for us when we're trying to look for stories and that. Because you guys can understand, when we try and look for stories, sometimes we might not find a lot, but we try our best.
Even if it is a big week of stories, if we don't find something that we go, this is big, we're not gonna really talk about it.
Exactly. But that's just our take on it.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right then, guys. Well, until next week. Stay safe, enjoy your week, and we'll see you later. Until then, Techie up.
Talon out.
Bye, guys.